Hey guys, Jess here, bringing you a scrapbook process video today. My very first one. I am super excited about it. It is using the Simple Stories Little Dude collection. I love this collection. It is fun. It is perfect if you have a little boy in your life that you'd like to scrapbook. It's colorful. Great quality, and the embellishments are just so adorable. So as you can see here, I'm getting started going through and trying to figure out what papers I want to use for this layout. It was a really tough choice because again, the patterns and colors were just really perfect. The photos I'm scrapbooking, as you saw in the beginning, are of my 2-year-old son coloring. So he was wearing a green shirt, and there was some coloring of, he was using orange and green as well. So I really kind of focused on the photo to help bring out the colors in this layout. So I ended up deciding to back my layout with this geometric pattern to give it a little fun, festive border. I saved some time, didn't show you all the boring cutting of the middle. I like to save scraps when I can. So here we are attaching the base cardstock to the border to give it a little bit of fun, whimsical outline instead of just stark white, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's, you know, a little bit different, and I like it. So then I'm trying to decide, bring my photos out, trying to figure out how, what I'm going to mat them with. And this grid line royal blue really stood out. Thought it would complement his green shirt very well. And then I picked out this orange and green as well. Again, going back to the colors in the photo, I thought they would really complement it very, very well. So I'm just going to adhere those down and trim around them. I really like the imperfections or of hand trimming. I've really gotten used to it and I enjoy it. I used to use the trimmer all the time to get perfect cuts, and I've kind of moved away from that because, I don't know, something about hand trimming and the rough edges from that just really speaks to me in a layout. So I tend to do that a lot more. As you can see, I just have to point out how cute the back of that paper is, with all the dinosaurs and the robots and the dogs and the trucks, everything that my son is into. I just think it's so cute. I can't wait to use that paper in a future layout. I just find it so adorable. Okay, so back to the photos. They're all matted, and then I fuss around with placement. To be honest with you, this layout really challenged me. I really didn't know in the beginning when I started what I was going to do. So I struggled with placement. I struggled with embellishments in the title. So this one really challenged me. I think it was just because I wasn't in my usual crafty mood. So usually when I'm in that state, it tends to be a little bit more challenging to pull together a layout. But once I got into the groove of things and I finalized it, I actually am really pleased with the way it came out. I trimmed a lot in this video because there was a lot of going through my embellishments and trying to figure out a title. It took me probably about an hour and a half to create this layout, all said and done. But again, I'm really pleased with the end result. So back to where I'm at, I have trimmed up a couple pieces of the orange and green to create a little bottom border there. And then I bring out this awesome checkered piece of paper to kind of bring the black element into the layout, kind of just clash with the triangles of the border. I just like the combination of that added to the paper. And so I get them to a place where I like and I'm pleased. So then I start taping things down, because if I could spend all day just moving things around, so at some point I need to adhere them. Actually, before I adhere them down, I had decided to matte the two photos with bringing that green and orange up from the bottom behind the photos as well. It really complements that royal blue, and these colors just work so well together. I just love this paper pack. And so just doing a little more layering to add some visual interest to those photos so they're not pleased with the way it came out. It's very fun and whimsical, and it captures my son perfectly. He is he loves to be creative. He loves, just like me, he enjoys art, drawing, coloring, Play-Doh, paint. So I love capturing these little moments of him and documenting them, because he's a lot like me. I was always like that as a kid, so it's really heartwarming and exciting to see him kind of gravitate towards the same things. So as you can see, I distressed the edges of the bottom green paper a little bit just to give it another little bit of texture and visual interest to the page. I do the same thing with the orange. This is kind of a newer technique for me. I've seen it around on Instagram and Facebook and other YouTubers really distressing and curling up some page ends, and I love the look of it. I have not really I've not got it down. I'm getting there, but my next challenge for 2019 for myself is to add some sewing into this, because I've seen some pages that are just stunning with the distressed edges and the stitching in there. Oh, it's just amazing, and I would love to get there at some point. I have a sewing machine, I just haven't braved adding stitch into my layout yet. But we got a whole year ahead of us, so hopefully by the end of the year I'll get there. So I got the bottom all finished up and distressed, and so now I'm adding the layers to my top photos before I adhere them down. And I don't know about you, but I can never stick to a single kit. I try really hard to use all elements and stick to one kit, but I always end up pulling something from my stash, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I end up doing this with this layout as well, as you'll see later on. And I found this, going back to what I've done, I found a sticker in the kit of this stripe, and I thought it added another element of contrast, so I added it to the bottom as well as the side of that photo to bring up some of the black from the bottom. And I had chosen these alpha letters early on, thinking I was going to use them for the title of this layout, and I ended up not going that way. They didn't match, and I wasn't feeling it. And I was struggling actually naming this layout. I was trying to go in the direction of Color My World, but I just, I didn't love it. And so Pinterest is great for, quote, inspiration. I wasn't really getting anything from there that I needed, so I ended up going through my my thickers to try and pull some inspiration. So I did this in between all the laying down of the photos. So I've saved you that pain of you watching me go through that here. But eventually I do come up with a title. But before that, I pull out these awesome ephemera pieces as part of the kit. Super adorable pieces, little banners, and I just love the robots. I think they're so cute. It wasn't appropriate for this layout, but I have used them on another, and if you hop on over to my Instagram account, I'll add the link below. You can see more of my layouts there, and the other layout I've done with this kit came up really, really cute. But I'm going through, and it was a bit overwhelming, and I can be so indecisive with embellishments. I move things around a lot, and I add them, I take them away, I bring them back. I don't know how many of you are like that. I do know I watch some other YouTubers that are so good about just sticking it down and moving on. And I admire them. There are some times where I feel like I can do that a little bit, but it's very rare. Most of the time I am hemming and hawing and moving things around. And there's no right or wrong. There's it's whatever works for you. That's what I love about scrapbooking, is that it's all there's just so many ways you can do it, and you can you can make it what you want, you can do it how you want, and as long as it makes you happy. That's in it, that's why I do it. But it's always nice to watch others and the way they scrapbook and their processes and get ideas and kind of see, take some inspiration from them and apply it to your own layouts. So I hope, with this video and my future videos, I'm able to do that for somebody, because I know I really enjoy seeing others at work. It's very, very inspiring. So back to the ephemera. I am, finding some stars. I really loved the stars, so I'm kind of placing those out a little bit, seeing where I want them to go. I pulled out I love this kid and adorable you little sayings, and kind of put those in places where I think they would go. This little hexagon with the star, I kept it out for a while, but as you'll see further along in the video, I take it away, I bring it back, I move it around. I wanted it to work because it was originally going to be where my journaling went, and eventually I just move it out because I just couldn't make it work. And it will be on another layout somewhere, but it didn't make this one. So now I'm going through all the stickers. Look at it's just, I should have showed you the whole sheet. There's just so much. There's this puffy stickers, and then the cards and the paper. This kit is just chock full of awesome elements. So I had a really hard time choosing. So I parked the stickers because I was partially looking them to trying to figure out a title. And then I took some time, and I ended up going through all my thickers and alphas, and I found, I don't know the maker here, but I found a sheet of sayings that had the simple things on it. And I sat there and I'm like, what? This is a wonderful title. Because it truly is. This is a simple thing. It's coloring. He's coloring in his coloring book. It's an everyday occurrence, but those are the moments that you really should hang on to and relish in, because the next thing they're not going to be 2 anymore. They're going to be 5, and then they're going to be 10, and you want to hang on to these sweet little moments that happen every day. So I thought the title was real fitting, and I'm pleased with that. And then I just absolutely love the font. So that really added to the layout, I think. And then again, the black just really solidifies. I love black. I think it anchors layouts. There's something about it. So I'm just really pleased how it tied in with this layout. So then after I get my title on, I'm going through and I'm adding all my embellishments that I had chosen. Excuse me, I can't speak. I got a little frame up there, my little adorable you. Again, here comes that hexagon. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. It just wouldn't fit anywhere. I don't know why I tried so hard, but it's just, I don't know. It just makes me laugh now, because I'm like, I just really tried to find a place for it, and I just I don't know, it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just was not happening, but yet here I go. I keep trying. It's just kind of funny. So then I get ready to tack down these stars, and then I realize that, let's see here. Oh, sorry, I add the love this kid first. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I think what I do here is I go back to the sticker sheet, and I end up finding some stars on there that I liked better. They were a little on the thinner side. They weren't as chunky as these other stars. Oh, there's a little tag file topper that I had to add in a little pop color. And so I end up going, here it is, I end up going with those sticker stars instead. And I'll save those chunky ephemera ones for another time. So I go through and I sprinkle stars on the layout, add a little bit more there at the bottom to kind of balance it out. You know, always trying to add things in threes. It really works out. It's not, I don't know, it's funny, but that adding threes just really offers balance to your layout. So we're getting close. I'm gonna add another star there, and then I go to add my little adorable U, and then I need some tiny words because, like a lot of people, I love tiny words. So I go into my stash, and I think I went through, I have some Tim Holtz, and I also had, I think actually they both came from some of the Tim Holtz tiny words. So it says create art, and I can't remember, do things you love, or doing things you love was the other one, which I thought was appropriate. Then I had a little journaling, and that is, oh, yep, I gotta add the date, which is important because we all know in about 20 years we won't remember all the details, so it's good to make sure you document the date as well. So I have my little roller date stamp, which I absolutely love. I just got a new one, which I'm really excited about. So I had the date, and that is pretty much it. Now I'm going to give you a once over here to kind of see everything, but once we go to the screenshots, you'll see that I ended up adding a little doodly border around the outside and the stars, just to add a little bit more fun. Once I ended up done here, I felt like it just needed something else, and I think adding the doodly border and the stars actually really added that something. And here we go. You can see the outline and the doodly borders and some closer images. I hope you really liked this video. Please comment below if you have any questions, and happy scrapping. Talk to you next time. Bye.